first. So reels are being pushed out a lot more right now. Obviously, you guys know they copied TikTok, but if you make reels for all of you guys, especially JR, you're a musician. If you start doing reels on your posts, I personally haven't done it myself. I got to learn how to do it. Sometimes I feel like it's like too not goofy, but not as like serious. So for those of you guys who are like more business minded, it might seem like like a stretch for you, but I would recommend you guys start doing reels, try it out, and then let me know how that goes, because that's a lot of people have been getting a lot more reach with that. So with that said, let's go into some questions, and maybe if you guys want to share wins, Zach and Joe. I know Zach is past 10K now, and so some wins and some questions. Let's just start from there, where you guys are at right now. So whoever wants to, yeah, ask a question or. Um,
I'm pretty wiped out, man. This is like my 8th appointment today.
yeah, I know you're always. This is like you're up from 6 a.m. till now, and you're just Joe's a beast. So Joe, for those of you guys who don't know, Joe is he calls himself I don't know what you call yourself exactly, but he's the business coach. He says
I'm more than a coach, more than a mentor. I am your masterful thinking partner.
yeah, so that's pretty generic still. So basically, if you guys know Jay Abraham, he's like this marketing genius guru, and Joe learned from him, and he has a lot of experience with marketing. He's a business coach, so he promises you from whatever business idea you have, he takes you from that to making.
Well, that's not true. If you have a wacky business idea, I'm not no guarantees on.
Is it only
What
coaches
I do
you
is
work
help
with
you
too?
figure out what's a business idea that'll actually work, and then we make it work. And
Yeah.
I charge 7,500 for 6 months of coaching with a guarantee you make your money back and double it. And if you don't, I keep working with you until you do. And so everybody makes their money back and doubles it. It's 100% success. Some people are quicker than others, but it works.
Yeah, so that's a pretty good guarantee. You're gonna make your money back or double it in 6 months, or he keeps working with you. So is it only coaches you work with, Joe? Or
No, I work with people in all kinds. I've worked with over 3,000 people in over 300 industries. So
yeah.
I've worked with master farriers who do horseshoes on $1 million horses. I have worked with coaches. I've worked with electricians. I've worked with carpet cleaners. I've worked
Oh,
with
okay.
mining engineering companies and pawn shops. The
So
stuff I learned from Jay Abraham really applies to almost every business.
so it's just marketing, right? How to market yourself, pretty much. Okay.
Well, I mean, I'm a business development expert, so it's marketing, business models, relationship development, distribution channels. I mean, I look at a business like I know the 9 things that it's not just mindset. Like if you're only doing mindset, you're missing the other 8 pieces. So
Mhm.
um, there's like I know a lot of people that have great mindsets and they're broke. So
True.
mindset is not everything.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. This is Instagram. You guys can check him out, follow him. So you posted that. That's cool. So Joe. Okay, let's go over this. So Joe, for him, he changed his profile logo, so it's a lot cleaner. And I helped him with his bio. Like right next to here, you could write business coach, right? Something coach right here. And then also for here, told I told them this is like your keyword area. So whatever you want to be known for, put the words here that you want to rank for. And he has a join my free Facebook group, so you could join there. I think I was just in a call with Zach with
Yeah, I should put a link tree up there, but I haven't done it yet.
yeah, Linktree. Yeah, Linktree, because that goes to multiple links. And so, Joe's the thing was he's posting, but people aren't seeing it. And so I was like, hey Joe, you gotta post content that it's not just eye catching, but makes people stop to look at it. So like this one, for example, this has a text, right? Your purpose is a growth magnifier. So like I was telling people also, there's an app called InShot that you could put text on the video, and that allows you to make people stop while you're scrolling through Instagram. And this is a testimonial of someone who said Joe coached him and helped him with that. So that's good. You could also put this on a story highlight as a testimonial. That's another idea.
Yeah.
Um, but you would have to.
And I used repost. So I went ahead and paid the whatever the $50 for a year or whatever the heck it is. And
Mhm.
so I'm thinking that for me, like I like creating content is time consuming to me.
Yeah,
And so if I can repost, so I was curious if you had any repost strategies as far as like how
sure,
can I use other people's like really hot content and use that as a way to just grow my own.
sure. So are you asking how do I find viral content for in your niche, or how do I download?
Yeah, how do I find it? And is there a strategy to use that to grow my page? It's like, in other words, if I'm not, I will create content. I do, almost everything on this page is created except for that top left one there.
Mhm.
But is there a good strategy
Sure.
to repurpose content to use it for the purpose of growing the channel?
Yeah, so I would look at like what are the large accounts in your niche? What's like a large account in your niche,
Well, this is a problem. Nobody does what I do.
of course. But like
I mean, you could look at Gary V, or you could look at a guy. Okay, Ramit Sethi,
Ramit Sethi?
Ari, yeah, that guy right there. He's
Okay.
pretty huge.
This one, the first one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's no, that's not him. Ramit.
This guy? Cool. Okay. Um so
Yeah, he was taught by Jay Abraham too.
okay, nice. So this is like a common thing, right? This is like the common Twitter post that you can do. Like, you if you have Twitter, you could just download it, just post it, screenshot it, post it as as part of your content.
You think he's
Um,
just using something like Canva?
you could do Canva too, but like literally if you have a Twitter account, you can just make a free account. Just make it just so you could post, a status, and you could just screenshot it and just post it on your Instagram, because that you see a lot of people do that, influencers, big people. Um what was it? And like he does that again here. Another thing I shared with you is like how to make things like this. It's super simple. Like you could use Canva, or I use a tool called Fonto. So you could like, Fonto. So I use a tool called Fonto, and I also put it in our Slack group. If you guys, I think, yeah, I have that video on there. So this is the app Fonto, and I literally use this to make, you know, the text. Like you could literally make a black backdrop, and then put, five, like I'll show you. So for my Instagram, that's how I made these carousels, right? The 5 things that school never taught me, 3 limiting beliefs, all these things. I just use Fonto for that, and you could like watermark it, put your own, at Joe Nicasio, something like that. Um, and what else? And yeah, it's pretty simple. I think the reason this kind of thing is engaging because he has graphic, and he has like something to I'll teach you to be rich. I think that's his book, is it? I'm not sure. Um,
Yeah,
so yeah, it's
that's his course. Yeah.
yeah. So this stands out because like it has this white background with text, it has a cool graphic picture of him. If you want graphics made, I could help you with that. We make things like this for people as well. Um, and then IGTVs, right? Things like this, 5 steps to stop procrastinating. So maybe you have a video of like 5 mistakes that coaches make, and then you you could have the text on top, and then a video just of you explaining or talking about that, and yeah. So
Well, my whole thing is the business happiness blueprint. So, like 3 things that might stop you from having a business that you enjoy.
yeah, so 3 things that might prevent you from having a business you enjoy, you said.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you could have that as a title, and then talk about that in the video, you know.
I mean, I know how to write headlines. It takes time. It takes work. So my thought is could I actually just like repost some of his stuff?
I mean,
And then is there a way to connect it back, like a way to like
yeah,
leverage that or post
yeah,
something on top of it or
maybe not like this one has his watermark, so you could technically just put your watermark over it, but that's, you know, or you could just find like go to all these theme pages like you know, addicted to success. This is one, you know, this is Joel Brown's page, but like different things you could, you know, like this one, you could totally screenshot this and repost it. You know what I mean? Things like that. You can even put your watermark. You know, you can screenshot this. This is like a best math you can learn how to calculate the cost of your current decisions, and those are things that you could definitely screenshot and take. If it has a watermark, I'd be, you know, careful to doing that. But things like this you can repost, obviously, and that'll get people to engage with it. Um, yeah, and like things like, you know, reposts like this again are fine. And yeah, and if you don't want to make it, then you could have you know, a team make it for you, or you could just repost content that you see on Instagram. You know, so hopefully
Hey,
that helps. Yeah,
hey, Ray, can I ask a question?
yeah, yeah.
How the blue check mark? How important is that, and how do you get that fucker?
The verified mark. So yeah, so you need, so obviously there's a way you could submit it on your own personal Instagram, but you need basically when they search for your name, they need to see that there's articles written about you. They need to see that you're, you know, you're pretty known online, that they would give you that check mark. So I mean, we have a way that we could get you the press and the, you know, check mark submitted, but obviously it's costly. But basically you need press on you online. You need things that when people search you online, they see that you have enough information on you that they feel like, yeah, this guy should get a check mark because look at all these sources talking about him, things like that, you know. But what's funny is Joel Brown, he actually has so much press on him, and he submitted it, but it didn't go through. So it just that's why if you have like a team or someone like a media panel who could do that for you, obviously it's going to cost more, but they could, you know, get it done for you. uh, so yeah, so we could, yeah, I could have a team. We could do stuff like that as well. But, and you ask how important is it? It's just a status thing. It's just like, you know, if they see the check mark, people think you're, you know, special or legit or just someone famous. But there's people who don't even have like 10,000 followers who have that check mark. So there's ways of getting it. It's just a matter of yeah, just if you want to invest like 10K plus to get that, you know, check mark, you know. But
Oh,
Where is the check mark?
they don't have it on here.
Joel Brown has
Oh.
it. Look like bottom right.
Joel Brown, he doesn't have it.
Joel, right there. Oh,
Bottom.
go mouse down to the bottom. That
This
the,
one, this one
yeah.
is not his Instagram though. This one's like Twitter or something.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Well,
yeah.
same idea.
Like Randall has it, Randall Page, some other people. But it's just like, you know, it just makes it seem legit and like, you know. And anyways, that and yeah. Any other questions or anything you guys want to go over before the this curriculum I was gonna go over?
So if I just repost somebody that's got super viral content, there's a good chance that people are gonna like see that on my feed and that they might like it, and more people follow me just because the content is good.
Yeah, it just makes it stand out and people will engage with it because it people have engaged with
I don't want to do
it.
that for like every post, but it's like,
Why not?
just mixing in like every, 4 or 5, I might
Yeah,
share some
yeah, that's
with
fine.
somebody.
Yeah, you could even post.
1 out of 10 or 2 out of 10, something like that.
Yeah, you could even post things from Goldcast. Like Goldcast is really good. Um, it's like inspirational videos.
Or like founder.
Yes, Founder. I interviewed Nathan Chan actually before. Yeah, Founder's good. Founder's a good one to. But then they don't have as much videos, so I mean, videos and reels do better. So Goldcast, I reposted one thing from Goldcast. It got like 2 million views, but that's all. Like this one, for example, look, that got like 338K. You could try reposting this. Obviously, it's not to do with like business, but like this is like a viral thing that people will see and will be like, oh wow, like they could probably lead to more views on your page just because you reposted that. But and there's some people who just repost viral stuff, but it yeah, so it just depends. Obviously, you also need like engagement boosting on it to help get more reach. But you could try it out. It'll probably do better than just a regular post. Just reposting that. So yeah,
Okay, cool. Thanks.
yeah. Goldcast is good. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Anyone else have any questions? Or kind of get into obviously everyone is probably wondering like growth and all that, but yeah, anyone have questions on the content, like things you want me to look at maybe on your page or something like that?
I do get clients in the past that they say something nice about me or whatever, give me a testimonial,
Mhm.
and I didn't know how to repost before, so now I can do something with it.
Yeah, for sure. And then like use your story highlights, right, as well. So
Yeah, I haven't done any development on that yet, but
mhm.
it'll happen.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm in like 7 major projects right now, and I've
Yeah,
got deadlines, and
sure.
I've done it all to myself. It's not like somebody else signed me up for this. I signed myself up for it. So
Yeah. Yeah, and then just
I'm
honestly, your Instagram should be like Gary Vee says, like document your journey, like document your journey as you as you're building, as you're growing, and then people like to see that process. So yeah, if you just record the process like on your stories, things like that, I'm sure people would like it as well, you know. So
makes sense.
cool. Let me see. So anyone else have any questions like or they want to they've been trying something on Instagram, they're just kind of like confused about it, um, or tips, things like that.
I got one.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to ask you, like, how good is it to like elegantly like? So I'm a coach. I'm in the coaching industry,
Yeah.
and I've been posting content every single day.
Mhm.
And what I've been doing is I'll provide value, weave in the benefits of having my product in there, and like tie in like a call to action at the very very end of it. Like, what would you like? How would you rate that as like? Is that good or should I go like another way?
Yeah, sure. So can you put in the chat your handle?
Okay.
What was the question?
I think he was saying like he's posting every day and his caption, he thinks that's if the caption is working or like if the call to action is what he's doing
No,
is
I'm just like asking you to like rate like that plan of action. So like I've been marketing, I'm posting every single day, and what I've been doing is I'll weave in
mhm,
the benefits of having my product into the post,
mhm,
and I'll add like I'll tie in like a call to action to it in order to get like engagement, or in order to get them to like opt in for like a free audio file or anything.
free what? Audio what?
Like audio file. So like this one I did like just to like I'm trying to get exposure.
Yeah.
So like, I like made some value right here. I kind of like tied in my own personal story to it. And at the very end, I'm trying to get engagement. So like I was like trying to get followers. So I said like tag someone you know. But in like the
Oh,
previous ones, I was like leading them to my website. So
okay.
if you like look at like
Well,
the
can I give a little contribution on this? What Jay Abraham would say.
yeah what
He would say, you have no right to tell the marketplace what they will respond to, but you have an obligation to discover. So if you're asking people to tag and they're tagging you and you're getting good numbers on that, then the numbers will tell you the truth. Basically, like you don't have a right to tell people what will work, but you have an obligation to discover. So, people will ask me, Joe, I just put this ad together. Like, do you think it'll work? And the Jay Abraham answer would be test it, like run a scientific test, and the numbers will tell you the truth. So if you're asking people to tag themselves or tag, and if they are tagging you, then it's working. And if you're asking them to tag you and they're not tagging much, then it's not working. And so if you want people to tag, you may even actually put text over the picture to say tag, tag yourself. Uh, and I'm doing a tagging contest or something. Give them a reason why. But like there's a theory, like, is this good? The marketplace will tell you if it's good. like there's a difference between an opinion and the facts of what really happens. And you can guess like, oh, I think this will work and it won't work. And you can also guess this, oh, this won't work at all and it'll totally work. So guessing, you can't really, but I know that Ray has some best practices and stuff, but I thought that was an important piece to give you.
Yeah. So yeah. So basically, you're asking, is it good that you're telling people tag and share? Is that what you're asking? If people are going to share it, and tag?
I'm asking like, is this like a good marketing point? Like posting
Yeah.
every single day and then like providing value and like weaving in the benefits of having my stuff and like making a call to action out of it. Cause that's been like the root like the thing of like every single post I've been doing.
Yeah, I think what would work better. Like, I know you're talking in videos. I think we just talked about like if you have on InShot and you just have a text like 3 things that help me overcome anxiety, or the thing that most people with anxiety, think about the pain points, right? That the things that people with anxiety never tell people, or ways to overcome anxiety when you're by yourself. If you have like a text, like attention grabbing text, I think Gary Vee is a good example. You look at his stuff and then all of his content, you see that they have an attention grabbing text on it, like, right, how to stop feeling unproductive in 30 seconds. It's super short but descriptive. And Gary, is this worth my time? How do I make money off my Instagram posts? So you can make styles formats like this that's way more easier to visually will make people stop and be like, oh, I want to check that out. I want to get rich ASAP. I want to get rich famous quickly, me. So if you relate with that headline or title, they're gonna stop and watch it. But if it's just like a video, then they don't know what you're talking about and they might relate. If it's just a picture of you, that's fine. But it's more attention grabbing if you have like something that catches their attention and it's giving them value, right? You're teaching on something that that people will stop and be like, like how ever struggling with anxiety, question mark. And then that could be an example of a headline. Or
Gotcha.
yeah, so hopefully that helps. And like high converting captions I shared with my group. But there's a doc that I have on like high converting captions, which are basically um things that you want to pinpoint their pain points, their myths, their limiting beliefs. If you talk about that as content for what you're doing, then that's going to attract more attention, because you're like, it's like you're speaking to them if you post content around that. That makes sense.
Okay.
So yeah, hopefully that helps. And um yeah, that's an example. So yeah, definitely put text on all your videos, because you have a lot of videos talking, but just the text needs to be on there for people to know what you're talking about.
All right, gotcha.
Yeah, cool. So um so yeah, other than that, I guess, yeah, let's so I'll go into kind of sharing what I had planned for today. And obviously at the end I could do a Q&A of it again. Cool. Cool. So if people can I think resume share on my screen. Let's pause. Let me see. So if everyone can mute themselves, and then I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. We'll go. Cool. So yeah, this week, so the past 3 weeks, my coaching group, what we went through was, the first week was about avatar. Who's your avatar? Who's your ideal avatar audience? Second week was how do you post content to attract that ideal avatar? Third week was about growth, like what are some ways for growth? And week 4, it's kind of like we're going over growth, but also engagement, right? And so um, let's go over this together. Cool. Cool. So we're gonna go over some methods of the ways people are growing on Instagram and getting engagement. So growth using shoutouts, right? You can grow by purchasing shoutouts on other large themed accounts in your niche. You could look for large pages in your niche, DM them, contact them via their contacts. Some of them have a kick or email, and ask them what their shoutout prices are. You can compile the pages and shoutout prices in a Google Excel sheet and try the shoutouts. So this is a method. Basically, if you want to make a Google Excel sheet of like all the accounts in your niche and their prices, for a shout out, you can, and then you could pay them to shout you out using one of your pieces of content, or something that you think will help you grow. You know, basically that's how these theme pages grow. They grow by posting, by selling shout outs. So they could post you on their page. So for example, I think I already showed you Joel. The way Joel was growing was by just posting himself on this page, his content, Addicted to Success. So things like this is a shout. Since this is his page, obviously he doesn't have to pay for it, but follow Joel Brown for more inspiration. This is what you see people do on all these other like motivation accounts. And these are kind of the accounts I have access to as well. People are like, yeah, we want to grow with entrepreneur accounts. Like Millionaire Mentor, they do shout outs, they sell shout outs. So if you DM them and or email them, they could give you a shout out price. To a Millionaire Mentor, they charge 200 to 500 a post, depending on how many posts you buy with them. This is another guy that I know. His name is Victor, and he also does shout outs for people to grow them on Instagram. But yeah, those are some examples. You just DM them. Obviously, they're really big, but if you look for smaller accounts, you could kind of DM them, see what their shout out prices are, and then pay them to shout you out. But the thing is, um, even if you get shout outs from them, like your growth isn't guaranteed. So, what I do for people is like, hey, we could grow you to this size, and it's for this amount that we could grow you for. So that's something that not many people offer because it's like they have to keep shouting you out. But that's something that um, that I offer for people. For example, if they want to grow. But this is one method to grow using shout outs. That's a method. Shout outs that work. So shout outs that work, you need to have like an engaging image, carousel, or video. You could look for other people who are getting paid shout outs and copy their shout outs that are or method. And some examples of some shout outs I kind of showed you already. I'll show you another example. This is Joe's like, send me a clubhouse invite. I don't have any more. I literally gave the last one today. But then if you join, then maybe I could add you in. So like this was one that we did for them before. Let me see. So this one, right? So this is something that we got for them. So this is their Twitter picture, but it's also something about them. And this is like a carousel that we made for them on these other pages to grow them with entrepreneur accounts. So this is an example of like a shout out set that people do. I'm sure you've seen it on Instagram a lot. Um, and so this is like a method that people are doing to grow people using shout outs. So that's one method to grow. You could also grow through like Instagram lives. If you have like a podcast, for example, you could share your audience with someone and go live with them. And then as you go live with them, you're going to share audiences. So you have a chance to get their audience so that you're gaining followers and that, you're able to cross pollinate your audiences, right? So that's a good idea if you have like a podcast or if you're doing interviews. Obviously the main complaint with this is like, hey, I don't have enough followers for someone to want to go live. Then you would need to grow your following so people will want to share their audience, right? If they have like 100,000 followers and you have like 400, they're not gonna, I mean, they're gonna think you're just trying to use their audience to grow, right? So it's hard to do if you don't have following somewhat. So it's important to be growing your audience. And if your Instagram, which is what I help people do. And so is your content valuable, right? So you won't grow, even if you get shout outs, you could grow. But if your content isn't valuable, if it's not benefiting people in some way, then they're not gonna, why would they stay on your page, right? Even for you, like look at the accounts you follow on Instagram. Why do you follow them? Because they're giving you some sort of value, or because you admire them, or because there's something about it that draws you to that page. So you got to ask yourself, how do I share my knowledge, my gifts and talents with people like that? And how can I be creative in the way that I share my content with people? And so also for IGTVs, you could post it with captions. Like I said, you could have captions on it. Um, have an eye-catching feed. So if you don't have a feed that's eye-catching, people might just ignore it, not pay attention to it. Use engaging thumbnails to capture someone's attention. So a lot of you guys might just be posting stuff thinking that, hey, I think this is valuable, but is it eye catching, right? Even if it's valuable, even if what you're sharing is gold, if it's not eye catching, people aren't gonna stop. People aren't gonna stop to just look at it, unless if they're maybe like your friends and family, because there's nothing visually eye catching about it for me to stop and look at it. You know, so you want to make sure that your posts are visually aesthetic, make it stand out. That's why something,
Guilty.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So I mean, and that's something we're working on. So that's why something simple like a white background and a text, something as simple as that, that's still eye catching because there's a white background, and there's text that stands out. So as you're scrolling through Instagram, it just stands out because it's so simple and clean, and that's something you could implement yourself as well. Resume share. Um, let's see. And then this is another method, user generated content. So, what user generated content is when basically other people are posting stuff for you. So if you have, for example, like a cafe, or I know Kevin, you work with a lot of restaurants. What you could do is you actually have your customers start tagging you in their posts, so that and incentivize them to start tagging you in their posts and their stories, so that it generates organically more views and more traffic. So if you're selling products, if you're selling like for example like food, stuff like that, have people tag you, and or even some people bring in influencers so that they create the content for them, and so you don't have to be the one creating content. So if you're a coach, maybe that's a little different, but if you're like a cafe, if you're a business account, like if you're selling products, for example, you could have your customers just tag you in their posts, or stories, and then be entered into like a giveaway or raffle, and that way you don't have to be the one producing content all the time. So I'll give you guys an example of this. I gotta share this again. So this is I was working with well, this is one of them. I used to work with this company, and I helped them pretty much grow their food account to 10K. Obviously it came down a bit, but if you look at their tags, basically I had all these influencers come in from LA, and then all these people are tagging them, on their posts. So if your food, for example, is like viral, or it has the potential to be viral, like we had like food bloggers come in and take pictures like this has the potential to generate way more views than if you just have a professional photographer come and do it for you, right? This is I got them featured on this account, and they got what, like 5,000, likes and things like that. And so if you even look back, we brought in like a lot of influencers here, and people would tag them. People would tag them in their posts, and that would generate a lot. That's like user generated content where people are tagging you, so you could just repost their content. So this is another cafe. It's my stepmom's cafe in Texas, and so people are tagging them. You go to the tag section, and all these people are tagging them, and then I repost it onto the Instagram, and so that way you don't really even have to be the one making content. If you have enough people generating content for you, you don't you're getting naturally more shares and naturally more reach just by utilizing user generated content. You know. So that's an example. If you're like even for e-commerce stores or other product stores, this is a good method. Increasing engagement. So you can start to build engagement by building Instagram pods. So what Instagram pods are, I'm sure in the DMs, you can make your own groups, and you could have friends in your niche start a DM group. You could like and comment on each other's posts, and that gets people to increase your engagement, especially if you're in the same niche. It helps you to definitely get more reach in that niche. If it's people from different niches, then it's not as focused, but it'll still work to get you more engagement, but it'll be better if it's people in the same niche that are liking and commenting. There's also groups on Telegram that you can get plugged into that could help you with the likes and comments. So I'll show you guys what it looks like. So this is my Telegram. And so this is my Telegram. You can see all these groups are like likes, comment groups. And obviously some of them are manual. So you got to manually like and comment on them. I've been in this for so long. I'm just in so many groups. So like, it's kind of ridiculous. But there's a lot of groups like this, right, on Telegram that you could be a part of that will help you with the likes. But it's a lot more manual that way. So that's one thing. Engagement, so you can increase your engagement through hashtags. I shared this earlier. Use double worded hashtags, tier your hashtags so there's different levels. So double worded hashtags, what I mean by that is instead of just using coach, right? Like, online business coach, or maybe, you know, business coach tips, right? Something that has more than just one generic word like love or joy or like fitness, because that's so saturated and generic. It's harder for your post to show up because, first of all, probably you're not getting thousands of likes on your post. And also, the more specific you are, the more people looking for that kind of post, whatever post you posted in that niche, will probably find it. So you don't want to use the same hashtag on each post, or it's gonna Instagram will think that you're automating it. So you want to make sure you're using different hashtags. Also, based on the number of likes, you want to use different hashtags. This I have a free ebook in my bio. If you download it, this is in there. But basically, if people are getting 0 to 500 likes, use around. I saw this somewhere on Facebook, so I just put it on here. So if you're look at the post, look at the hashtag, see if it has like 1,000 to 5,000 uses, then you could use 4 of those hashtags, right? And the way that you find how many uses a hashtag has is, you know, by typing it in. See how many posts this has. It has 3 million. So you want to narrow it down. This has 100,000. So this one, it says if you're only getting 0 to 500 likes, then find one that doesn't have as much, business success coach. That's 2,000 posts. So that works, right? So you find 4 hashtags that are like that, and then you kind of use this method of, this method to based on how many likes you have, so that it'll show up to more people. So they're tiering this in more than 3, right? They're tiering it in like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like 6 different tiers, but this way they're making it more likely that your post shows up, rather than just using a generic hashtag. That, like for example, if you get 2,000 to 5,000 likes, then you could start using post counts that have higher counts. If you're not getting that many likes, then you want to use, the recommended amount. This is in my ebook, like I shared in in my bio on Instagram. And so, yeah, in Telegram groups, like I was saying, you could download Telegram. There's several groups to get you likes and comments. There's ways to pay so that you don't have to manually do it, or you can manually do it yourself. There's lots of groups based on different niches, so definitely check them out. And obviously, for those who are doing the coaching with me, I'll include you guys. Also, if you guys just are like, yeah, just plug me into some, I'll plug you guys into some. You can check it out. And this is a tool that I shared last week. It's called GoSo. This is a tool that you could use to increase your engagement based on your account size. You could get different types of engagement that fit your account. So I'll show you guys what that looks like. And let's see. So if you don't want to like manually do, like for example, Telegram likes, this one has a way you could just do it all on here. This is a it's like an agency, so I usually offer this like as a service to clients, but you guys can obviously, I'm sure you just, who cares? So hopefully you use it. I'll have an affiliate link, so hopefully if you use it, you could use that. But I'll show you how it works. So basically, this is called a hyper visibility package. Based on the number of followers you have, they'll give you the amount of likes, views, saves that'll help your post to be favored on the algorithm. So basically, if you have, two less than, 0 to 2,500 followers, you could get this 79 euros, and this will get you guaranteed 50 to 150 likes, views, hyper priming saves. Also, the higher you go, the more expensive it is. But, from my experience, this helps you show up on the Discover feed. Helps you get seen by people. So it helps your chances of hitting Explore. You can also buy one-off services, like if you just want likes or just views. There's hyper growth right now. I think they're full for this service, but I know the CEO or the guy who runs this. So if you guys want to be on a growth package, just let me know and I could talk to the guys and they could probably hook it up to do it. I think they're open now, so yeah, that's cool. But so this is a cool tool you could use for boosting engagement. I'll kind of show you what it looks like inside. So yeah, this there's an affiliate. Like I said, you could become an affiliate. You could actually use this code and share it with people. So I'll just share it in the chat. If you guys plan on using it, it'd be cool if you use mine. But basically, you could have your own code. You could get payouts if you recommend this tool as well. And just based on, there's also things for TikTok you could do, TikTok growth. So you could use it to increase your engagement and also just get seen by more people in your niche, And so, and there it works with the algorithm, so it helps you to be to work with the algorithm as well. But yeah, as far as likes engagement, this tool is a tool that definitely helps people. Telegram groups also help, and so that's kind of just the basics of like the growth part and the engagement. I wanted to share, like, if you guys are like, hey, I'm not getting enough engagement, utilize some of these Telegram groups. And if you're not in it, you could download Telegram, message me, and I'll include you in some of them. And Goso as well. If you're like, I'm not getting enough engagement or likes, check out that, and then you could boost your engagement that way, and also get seen by more people. But but yeah, obviously, it's just supplementing you because obviously Instagram's algorithm reduced people's reach by a lot. So the only way to play is to pay, pay to play. And so these are kind of tools that help you work with the algorithm so that you're able to still get reach on your posts. And so today's homework, was basically think of how can you start collaborating with others, how can you go live with people, what type of Telegram groups do you want to be a part of to grow, how can you start implementing the tools taught so that you can increase your engagement, and what pages do you want to reach out to for shout outs, right? So these are some of the things that I was going to share in the homework. I'll share this in the Slack group. I have a Slack group that we have for those, and it seems like some people hopped off, but basically, yeah, those are some things that you could use. And you know basically, yeah, if you guys have any questions or things like that, let me know, and I can answer that. Let's see.
Yeah, pop that affiliate link for
Yeah.
Goso.
Yeah.
And I am on Clubhouse now, but I'm, pending. But it's just my name, Joe Nicasio.
Yeah, sure. I'll check to see if we can do something for that.
Later, whatever.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you guys have questions or, obviously, so this week I was going to start the growth for you guys, like at least growing to 10K. We're going to at least get that started. Joe, I have to talk to you still, and Zach as well. I know because Zach, you did the, or you deferred payment, whatever. But basically, if you guys have questions, let me know and I could answer anything or go over your profile, stuff like that. Hopefully that was informative. I hope you guys learned something.
Dude, that the thing that you talked about with the posts with the
User
0 to 500 likes,
Yeah.
the SEO on that like blew my mind right now.
Why?
That's dope though. That was good. No, I didn't know that they actually categorized it that way. You know what I mean? Where you know how they broke it down in that like chart that you had?
Yeah.
That was crazy. I had no clue because that just makes hashtags a lot more simpler. I mean, SEO, it makes sense because you're always fighting for search, you know what I mean, in any type of SEO. So I
Yeah.
don't know why I didn't think that for hashtags, but it's the same thing. You're just really trying to fight for that placement.
Yeah,
So
it's kind of like you're ranking on Google. Like you can't, be on the first page, right? Because you
mhm,
got to have all that,
you
traffic and
know.
backlinks. So yeah, something like
Yeah,
that.
I thought that was like so good. I was like, okay, I need to get that. I need to get that chart.
Yeah, it's in my bio. It's in my ebook. So you can check that out.
Yeah, no, for sure. No, because I think we've done a really like if you check out our Food Fest live channel, I think we've done a great job of growing it pretty quick. It's
Yeah.
all organic, we grew it from zero to where it is today. I think we did that in like 3 months. or 4 months, because we didn't really start working on it till 3 months ago. Like it was just there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we grew it like just is all organic. We still got to stay within our niche where we cover the actual chef.
Yeah.
That's what we really wanted to do. And yeah, man, like we've been just learning organically. But that hashtag trick, I actually didn't know that. So that's something my team could definitely use. And see how like we started formatting it a little bit better, like all the chefs are in the middle.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, we tried doing because that's our behind the mask theme
Yeah.
where you get to see the
Okay.
chef in the mask and then behind the mask.
Nice.
And then yeah, and engagement's pretty good. Like our reels have been killing it, dude.
Yeah, real.
Like
Is this a real? I don't see the reels though. Is this
yeah, that's I think that's a real like yeah, go to the reels real quick. Dude, some of them
yeah.
look at the view count, bro. Like we've been smashing it on reels, dude. Like
Yeah,
I
real,
got
real is good. That's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah. You'll be proud of us, man. Like, like
Yeah,
we've been doing really well on the real side.
just giving
See
it.
how it started? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We started, that was the start, and then we had to learn, like, okay, let's get away from the eating stuff because it doesn't go with our branding. Because our branding is more about the food and the people.
Yeah.
So we don't do like the mukbang, like we eat it in front of you stuff too much on this channel.
Yeah.
And so we're all planning to create more like micro channels to feed into it even more. But
Micro.
our
Yeah.
YouTube, dude, YouTube growth has been very difficult. We need to learn that SEO a lot better. So
Yeah.
I've been talking to some guys looking into different tools, but we haven't implemented any of the tools yet. But definitely YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube is hard. I mean, our view count's great. Our subscribers list is low. Our view
Yeah.
count's great.
Is it because
Our
you know how to do the keywords for it, or you doing keywords?
I think yeah, keywords we still need to get better. I want to get better with the thumbnails as well. Um, but definitely, I mean, because we know our video content is good. You know what I mean? Like we have really good content. We just
Uh-huh.
need to have more reach on YouTube, and we're still
Sure.
learning. Like
I
it's
think
it's super different platform.
I feel like it'd be cool if you have like influencers come too, like food influencers. And
Yeah, we wanna get into that, but right now we're trying not to meet up with too many of them because, like, no joke, like in Southern California, a lot of our foodie friends have COVID.
really? How
Yeah,
often?
man,
Dang.
because they're going out and eating, and
Oh,
they started to get COVID. Like, I'm not even kidding.
dang,
So I
okay.
was like, yeah, I don't think we're gonna do that. So we're staying pretty safe and we're being smart about it. We still have enough content to go through the winter,
Sure.
so I think we're okay.
Okay.
But no joke, like we just don't want to meet more people. We're just kind of meeting in our own circles, but
Sure.
and we get tested every single week because it's so crazy out there right now.
Yeah, I know restaurants. Yeah, I think like I don't know if you have their restaurant promote you guys as well, but so what you guys do for restaurants is market them, right, to more people using Food Fest Live, right? So
Yeah, we try to get
support
them out.
them,
So yes, they actually retag us and put us out.
like market
They
them.
yeah, they repost or they put it in their stories at least.
Yeah.
And so what I was gonna ask you about stories. So
Mhm.
do you think like let's say because I've seen Instagram channels where they're super active on story only, but they don't post a lot and they still
Uh-huh.
have a decent following and decent engagement. So
Sure.
like what is that about? Like how do we utilize stories like that? I mean we use a lot of story too. Like we use stories all the time still,
Yeah.
but should we be just posting a lot more? I mean, we
I
could just
think
post them all, but we use it for stories.
so you're saying should you post more on stories or post on your feed? What do you mean?
Yeah, post more on the feed because I mean we're posting pretty frequently on the feed now, but
Yeah.
we could do more because we have so much freaking content. So we're actually
Yeah.
just doing it via story because we just have too much content.
I mean, how many times do you post a day on here? Or
I think we're posting only like hold on. I don't even remember. I think it's just once a day. I don't think we're posting every.
yeah, if you have a if you have a lot, you could definitely post like one every 4 hours, or have someone, like yeah, because if you have that much content, like it'll help you get more out there and get seen more too, if you have
Yeah, we're posting only one, like pretty much we're posting once a day right now.
once
That's
a
it.
day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should it be more than that?
I mean, if you have a lot of content and you could just have someone like, just post it or schedule it in like in later. All you do is just schedule it and then it'll come up at the right time and you just post it, and just
What's a better scheduler? I heard like Buffer.
Hootsuite, there's Hootsuite, there's like later.com.
Which one's a
Later.com.
good one?
Huh?
I know like my buddy uses Buffer. He likes that one, but
Yeah,
I don't
Buffer.
know.
I'm not sure about Buffer. Later is one. There's you
Yeah,
could
Later's like the original one, right? Like a lot of people use this one.
yeah, Later was one, and then obviously Hootsuite. Hootsuite was another one. Um yeah, that's another one. Hootsuite.
Oh, I actually never heard of this one.
Yeah, Hootsuite's another one. Um so yeah, that's one you could use as
Interesting.
well.
So you could just like load it all up and then right.
Yeah, just post it. There's also ones like Planoli. I think I've heard of Planoli. Planoli. That's like another one I've heard of. Visually plan, manage, and
So there's power in posting multiple times a day.
yeah, I mean, because it just gets you more exposure. And if you're doing reels, you might as well, if you're trying to grow faster. What you could do, like I said, is like find big food accounts and then you could ask them what's your shout out prices and then get featured on it. But obviously, like you're reposting someone else's content too, but it's fine if it's like you could partner up with like big food pages and then they could probably shout you out and grow you as well. I don't know how much they're going to charge for that, things like that. That'd be like a campaign thing that you could have someone manage or something.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, so most of the foodies, at least in California, that work, they actually work with us for free. We're like pretty lucky.
Yeah.
We just haven't asked them to do any shout outs. We actually never thought about that.
Yeah, I mean, because I mean, if they're down to just shout you out, that would increase your reach by a lot too, and just exposure.
Mm,
And
got
then
it, got it,
if
got
you
it.
have them tag you, if they tag you in their stories, then you could
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
more
yeah.
reach for you guys as well.
Yeah, yeah, we have a couple like micro influencers that are all
Like,
tagging each other right now.
yeah,
That's probably how we've been growing so quickly. Because
yeah.
we used to be just like we were like no like we just had like 200 followers, dude. Like,
uh,
and then guys that had like 1,000 to 10,000, they were tagging us and helping us like move up, which was very nice of them.
yeah.
So yeah, so
Definitely the 10K, getting past 10K helps you with the swipe up too, so that's something.
yes, yes, absolutely. Yeah, we got big goals for next year. Like we want to try to hit like 100K by the end of the year if that's possible. Like because we just want to ramp up. So definitely we're focusing on it. So
Do you guys do like marketing budgets? You have marketing budgets for this or like just like
so right now it's
because it's
all organic and it's all just bootstrap. We're bootstrapping everything
sure.
because most of our budget goes into the actual filming for our YouTube.
So you're paying for the YouTube filming, but not for the growth for the
Well,
Instagram.
because we have no choice because like all my filmmakers are technically they're on the team.
Yeah,
However, we do like rentals depending on what we want to do and like you know what I mean like because we don't do like regular content for YouTube. It's all cinematic. Like dude, those are like really good cameras
but
and
do you
like
think? I mean, I'm just saying, like it's if you're bootstrapping, maybe you want to just save the money and just even people doing handheld from your iPhone or even like it's cool to do cinematic, but I don't know how much money is going into that, and like that money can maybe
I mean, it's not too much. I would say like each episode probably costs us like 150 bucks or less. Like only because we're not paying people because the people are us. Like we're filming it.
Oh, okay, you're
So
just paying for the equipment costs and
yeah, it's just
then
equipment costs. It's like rental fees and like I mean, when we went to San Francisco, I mean we obviously paid for like our stay.
yeah,
What's nice about our niche though, like is we don't I mean, usually when we go film food,
yeah.
they don't ask us to pay. So it's kind of it's kind of nice.
Yeah,
Like
because you're giving them exposure. But
yeah,
you guys are
we give them all the free content.
so how are you getting paid through this though? Because you can't just do it all for free, right?
Yeah, this side of the business right now, the mission statement is to be for free for now. Only because we did start this in COVID to help the restaurateur. Now, people do reach out to us for actual marketing deals because of the exposure. So we did land 3 separate gigs for
Nice.
actual like marketing and actual like video production. So
Sure.
we do that as well.
Yeah.
But there's also a different software company that I built up. I'll show you that part later. That's like a total digress conversation. But
Sure. Yeah. And also the user generated content, I know you guys are doing this yourself, but if you get people to just start tagging Food Fest Live, right? Because you're tagging them, but then if it's so you're like a content curating page essentially, right? You're curating content, you're like a food curation page, right? Pretty much.
yeah,
Yeah.
kind of like that's what we're becoming because we're trying to,
Yeah.
because and some of the restaurants do like no joke like this. Yes or no, today it was today. My team went out to like, oh no, yesterday. My team went out to 6 restaurants.
Yeah.
Two of them, they were like well known in the entire area for one of the best like food, whatever.
Mhm.
But they don't even have like, they don't have anything, dude. They don't even have a website. Like they don't have anything. There's just a hole in the wall. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So there's no way to tag whatever. We're just gonna
Well,
highlight them and tell people where they're at.
so you're gonna offer services to like build them a website, like social presence, stuff like that.
Yeah, those are the ones that have the budget because obviously that stuff does cost money. So we tell them because I have different guys that work with me, different marketing syndicates that work with me. So I just tell them, hey, these guys will build everything out for you. So
Yeah, okay. Yeah, then that's good. That's a good way to monetize as well. But I think right now, yeah, just focusing on the reels because that seems like what's helping it the most. And this is like people who don't know this, they'll probably be like, this is another food page, right? So you could have technically bought a food page and like converted it to be Food Fest Live if you don't want to start from zero. That's kind of what I help people do as well, like acquire pages.
what?
Yeah, you could buy like I had it. This was my page. It's called I bought this food page. I sold it though, but yeah, this is like something you could do. I sold
That's
this
what people
page.
do?
Yes, people buy sell accounts. Yeah, you
That's a thing?
do. Yes. Yeah. So that's so if you don't want to start from 0 to 100K, you could just buy a 100K food page and just start using that for your but the only thing about that is if you don't have the original email for that page, then it could if something happens, it gets hacked, you can't get access to it. But if you have the original email, then you could get access to the account. you know
See, that
that's
is insane. I did not know that was a thing.
yeah that's yeah
Learning stuff every day.
yeah
Okay.
so
Well, how would
write
you
down
take your
stuff.
own name over though? Because you would have to get rid of this name and then, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so you just use this as a placeholder and then change the other page to Food Fest Live, and that way you could
But don't you have to wait like 15 days or whatever?
no, not to change your name, not to change your username on Instagram. You can change it right away.
Wait, so like,
Hey
okay, for
Ray, I got a
example,
question.
um,
Yeah.
I noticed that you have like at the top of the page, like you've got like a bunch of extra icons. Are there like plugins for Instagram?
No, they're not. There's other stuff I was working on. Yeah.
No. Okay. So like there's the house and then like the messenger thing and then there's the heart.
What do you mean? You're talking about this? The YouTube?
No, no, go lower.
Yeah.
So it says yummy blunt in the search bar.
Let's search
In
bar.
the search bar, the Mac, yeah. So to
Oh,
the right, you
this
are
one?
those like, yeah, but then you go to the right, there's a heart, and then there's like 4 other things. I don't think I see those on mine.
This is on the desktop. This is my messages. This is home. Yeah, so it's just
Like
messages.
what's the red thing with the circle and the green thing?
Red thing with the circle. This one. Or this one. This is
Yeah.
downloading all. So this is the mobile view stories. This is This is on my desktop, by the way. So let me see what this does. Okay, I think this is to download all the posts on the page. Range from
Is
yeah.
that standard Instagram stuff or is it?
I think it might be a plugin. It might be downloader for Instagram. So that just on your desktop you could download stuff from your
Oh,
Instagram.
is this like those are Chrome plugins?
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. So yeah, but yeah. I think Kevin, if you have a lot of posts, just have people post it and just just pump out content because you have content for days, especially videos. Unless if you wanted to keep it like a clean feed, or you could buy an account. Like I said, can help you find one if you want. But then and convert that to Food Fest Live, which then you don't have to start from, just 1,000, I can't hear you. I think you're muted.
I was just like talking to myself. Yeah. Okay, for sure. But those are interesting options for sure. I'm definitely gonna think about it.
For
Cool,
sure.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, any other questions, guys? Obviously, the homework is um yeah, the homework is this, right? What groups do you want to be part of? Like download Telegram. I could include you in some. You could use Goso as well, Kevin. If you want to try just boosting the engagement, see how that goes. But but if you want to, yeah, like grow quick, just have people shout it out. I do growth campaigns for people. So basically, yeah, people if they want to go to 10K, I've done like 10K growth campaigns for them where they just get for the swipe up. But yeah. Um so any questions? Any other questions? Oh, Zach is above 10K recently. And Jeremiah, Joe.
Does anything magical happen when you hit 10K?
Do you get the swipe up feature on your stories? Yeah, you get the swipe up on your stories. And so yeah, I mean Joe, for you, I know if you're wanting to hit 10K, then let me know and we could get you there. Because 10K is just for branding, honestly. Also just to look official somewhat and to look like, oh, they have some sort of following, they must know what they're doing. But then you want the engagement to be there. And Jeremiah, if you have questions too, or if you're like um interested in learning more, just DM me and then I could hop on a call too as well. So but yeah, Zach, and for Zach, I think you gotta change your name, you said. Hopefully that helps. Does that kind of give you guys clarity, like of kind of what to do? Obviously there's a lot more. Yeah, Kevin, what were you gonna say? You're like, yeah, yes, okay, cool. Awesome. Yeah, so yeah, there's a lot, but if you guys are like, man, yeah, I want to grow. Like this week, like I said, was where we're gonna grow. So Zach, if I know you're handling some payment stuff, so if you could, let me know when that's ready. But we'll start the growth, and also get the Telegram group so we could get you in, and I could include you in some too, Kevin and Jeremiah, if you guys want to get involved in that. And so yeah, that was pretty much week 4. And if you guys have any more questions, let me know before we hop off. But hopefully you guys learn. I mean, that was kind of a lot, but there's so much more, to learn. Like for you, Kevin, like, obviously Food Fest Live is you guys should make like a Facebook group. That'd be cool. Like a Facebook group of like food people, food restaurateurs. That'd
Yeah,
be
we've been thinking about it because like my big thing for our branding is like we're a lot about authenticity and transparency. So
yeah,
we had to think a lot about like even if we start a group, we want to make sure that like why are we making it? Like if it's just for us, then like we could do that already on other platforms that are out there because like we're so vocal in different groups. So I was
yeah,
thinking like if it was more about if we're gonna build another like a thing with food people, like what do we want it for and like what value does it bring? Like we think about a lot of that because
yeah.
like yeah.
I think just because like I can see this as you're growing because eventually you're gonna turn this into a business, right? Because you guys are spending a lot of time on this. It's not like you're
Hmm.
gonna the plan is to make money from it. So like if you have a strong community behind it, you could probably promote stuff on the page and make money through that because you're spending a lot
Yeah,
of time.
yeah, because we're trying to. There's a software component as well. Like we were like I've been building out this software, so I'll show you that on a different day with just me and you,
Sure.
and then that's actually how we make money today. We're already making money, but what we wanted to the reason why I built the software is so I can make money on the backside and then I can make money on the front side with traditional media stuff like what you're teaching, like like just growing like your following and then monetizing off just like being a brand ambassador for other brands, sponsorships, getting underwriting for different sponsors through YouTube, and like being traditional.
Yeah.
But besides the traditional, I also wanted to make like a quick way to make revenue in the first year. Bro,
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you something. It's gonna blow your mind, bro. We'll talk about that later, though. That's what I was talking about. The other stuff I've been busy with.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. But that's
Sure.
separate. I'll show you that, and you're gonna be like, "Shut up! You weren't working on." I was like, "Yep, I've been working on this in silence."
Well,
Yeah,
that's-
but anyways,
right.
yeah, we'll connect. We'll connect. I have some time tomorrow too. Maybe we can connect for like 30 minutes or so. Maybe
Yeah.
sometime midday. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I'm
and
down. Yeah, just let me know what time and I'm down.
yeah.
And,
And if you guys, by the way, the other guys that are in here, if you guys aren't on Clubhouse, it's like my new addiction. So you guys should all be on there.
yeah, I invited Kevin in, so it's like a voice app where you just join different rooms and chat. So yeah,
Dude, it's crazy, man.
yeah.
It's
There's
crazy.
you should talk to that one girl who was on YouTube, the YouTube girl with the Wish, like her company,
Oh
Wish.
yeah, I already connected. with her.
Yeah, so
I
she
connected with. I DM'd her directly, and then we're already messaging back and forth because not only because yeah, she's gonna teach me some tips on the YouTube side, but she has actual issues on e-commerce logistics that I could help her out with when she comes to America. So
okay.
it's pretty
Yeah,
dope. So it's like an exchange of services kind of thing. So
for sure. Nice.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's sick. Yeah, that was a cool group, but yeah, cool. I think that's good then. Yeah, let me know when tomorrow as well, and then we'll connect.
Yeah, I'll text you.
Sounds good. Cool.
Well, nice meeting the rest of y'all.
Yeah.
We'll follow each other.
Yeah. We best live.
All
So
right.
yeah. You guys have any last questions or
No,
Jeremy?
I'm good.
Alright, you good? Cool. All right. Well, that concludes, and then yeah, we'll see you guys. I do Q&As on Mondays as well, so if you guys want to sign up for that, just DM me, and then I'll get you the email listing so you could sign up for it. But
Yeah.
cool. Well, thanks guys. Good night.
All right. Later.